Welcome back to the Cool Fears channel. I'm your host, Jesse the Bat Madrigal, aka the Buff Collector. The information on the channel is intended for adult collectors and not children. And today we are going to be taking a look at the NECA Toys Stoneheart Predator. If you do enjoy this video, please remember to give it a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Jumping right on into this review, guys. Yes, today we are taking a look at the NECA Toys Stoneheart Predator. And this thing is an absolute giant. It's actually almost as tall as a 1/6 scale figure, even though it is supposed to be in the 1/12 scale. So you can just imagine how much this guy towers over a standard 1/12 scale figure. This guy's absolutely gigantic, and that's actually one of the reasons why I bought him, was because one, of his gigantic size, and two, of him being an alien. I know he's specifically a predator, but he's pretty much alien enough for me to be able to put him up against some different characters in my collection for some cool toy photography shots, like Master Chief, anybody from the Rumble Society, hell, even Batman, you know what I mean? So that's one of the reasons why I picked this guy up. I'm not too big of a Predator fan, aside from the original Arnold Predator movie. I don't really follow the lore in the comics and in the video games and all that stuff. I believe this guy is from the Concrete Jungle video game. But yeah, like I said, I don't really have too much knowledge on the Predator lore, aside from what's in the original Arnold Predator. But like I said, this guy is gigantic, and I absolutely love mega size figures. They just look so amazing, and I actually have a complete section in my collection dedicated to larger 1/12 scale figures. So with that being said, guys, why don't we go ahead and take a look at everything that this guy does come with. With him being a larger figure, he does also come with a larger price point, being $50. And to be honest, he doesn't really come with much. I guess in the video games you don't use too much besides his claws and his blades on his wrists, because that's pretty much all we get. So aside from those closed fisted hands that he does have currently on, he does also come with a pair of open action hands. And as you can see, they look like they're outreached and grabbing. Super cool. A lot of great detailing on these Predator figs. You can see a lot of skin texture going into it right there. The blades are very nicely done and painted. And aside from that, we do get some mandibles as well, guys. Yes, we get these separate mandible pieces to plug into the sides, so opposed to giving us an alternate head sculpt, because if you haven't noticed, his head sculpt does light up. They just gave us some alternate mandibles to switch in and out to make it look like he has open mouth versus a closed mouth right there. So yeah, as you can see, his head sculpt does light up. I do wish that more of the blue points in the body lit up with the lights, but unfortunately it's just the head right there. There's so many other parts, like that piece on his chest, that even if it was just that piece on his chest as well that lit up, it would be absolutely phenomenal. But unfortunately that is not the case, and we only get a light up head sculpt. But that pretty much wraps it up for all the stuff that he does come with. So why don't we go ahead and pull him off the rotating turntable so we can get a closer look at all the detailing on this guy and take a look at his articulation. Alright guys, so here we have him up close to the camera so we can take a look at all the amazing great detail in this guy. As you can see, his head sculpt does light up right there. To turn it on and off, all you have to do is actually just remove the top of his scalp right here and flip the switch to the off position right there, and you can put it back on, and it still has that translucent blue on those pieces that light up, so it still looks pretty well done. But like I said, I really wish this right here would have lit up as well. But as you can see, there's a lot of great texturing detail on this guy. Unfortunately, the NECA QC issues do apply to this guy right here. It's very minimal and it's kind of hard to tell, but they did paint the underlid of this eye. However, they did not paint the underlid of that eye, so it kind of makes his eyes look a little wonky at times. Right here on camera, it doesn't look too bad, but when you take photos, you can totally tell. So like I said, we do have these separate mandible pieces that we can actually remove from his face. They do plug in pretty well, as you can see. They aren't just falling out and loose and everything. I'm having a bit of a struggle to take them out myself, but we're going to go ahead and pop these off so that way we can take a look at what he looks like with the other ones in. And so now we bring these and pop it in here. I think this one goes the other way. Yeah, there we go. It is keyed in, so there's only a certain way that it will pop in. So it makes it a little easier that way, so that way you know which way you're putting it. So right there we have it with his open mandibles and his open jaw, which is actually articulated as well. So you can actually close that up for when he has the closed mandibles, but you can also open it wide up for when he has these open mandibles as well. So as you can see, it does kind of limit the articulation with these mandibles unless you turn his head upwards. So let's go ahead and actually put the closed mandibles back on. So that way when we take a look at the articulation, we can see the full range of articulation. But just keep in mind that with those open mandibles, they probably will run into those cables on his shoulders right there. But yeah, taking a look at the body itself, like I said, a lot of great texturing detail in it. Absolutely beautiful. As you can see, there's lifted bumps right here and everything. Absolutely beautiful. I love the contrast of this light blue on pieces of his armor and stuff. He does have these blades which are attachable and detachable. They do come detached in package, so that way you can just plug them in. They are stiff plastic, so be careful if you drop this guy, they will break. He does have razors on his fist right there as well. Taking a look at his boots and everything and his feet, very well done and very predatory. You know, they've already done predator feet before, so they kind of just, you know, blew it up and made it a little bigger for this guy. Flipping him over to the back, see, this is another part of him which I really wish would have lit up with that light up feature. But as you can see, the stuff is literally just like embedded in this guy. Not too sure quite what exactly it does, what function it performs. Like I said, I've never played the video game, but it is attached to his actual arms, and not really this, you know, gauntlet piece right here. So I'm just curious as to what that actually does. But yeah, another piece that I really wish would light up with that light up feature, but doesn't. But as you can see, he does have the hoses plugged in, but they do give you enough slack so that way it doesn't hinder the articulation in any way. So speaking about the articulation, why don't we go ahead and take a look at this guy's articulation. His head will go all the way to the right, all the way to the left, but it does have that motion where it kind of like goes upwards right there. He can turn side to side right there, as you can see, but not too far. You know, if you want him to look even more, have to like twist the head up that way. He will look down that far. He will look up that far, which is pretty much just at you. His arms will go out to a T pose right there, go down. They will not go 360 for obvious reasons. You know, he's connected to some hoses right there, but they will get some good movement. No bicep swivel. Whoops, those blades do tend to fall out at times. He does have double hinge elbows right there, but they only go into 90 degrees right there. You do get rotation at the gauntlet right here on the forearm, so that rotates right there. And then you do get rotation at the wrist, as well as hinging in and out with that peg right there. Taking a look at his abs, you do get rotation at his abdomen right there. And you get absolutely no rotation right here at his lower abdomen area. He will crunch down pretty much not at all. No ab crunch backwards. Taking a look at his leg articulation, they are on ratchets, and I don't really want to push him past that. I feel like they can go a little further, but I really don't want to push him past that. So unfortunately, no, he cannot join the cheerleading squad. But like I said, they are on ratchet joints, so that does help with the standing of a larger figure. He will only kick forward that far. He will kick back ever so slightly. He does come with double hinge knees, which are very, very stiff. And you know what? With it being a NECA figure and me not having heated it up yet, I am not going to push it. But as you can see, it is a double hinge knee. Taking a look at his ankles, they will go down that far, up that far. Pretty limited because of this shin piece right here. But you do also get a ball rocker hinge. So that has been this guy's articulation. Really quick, guys, I did want to mention that if you are going to be switching the hands on this guy, I would highly recommend taking those blades out, because it's just really hard to push it in with those in, and you have the potential of snapping these. So I would really take those blades off his gauntlet and then attempt to switch out the hand. That way you don't break anything. Alright guys, so that has been my review of the NECA Toys Stoneheart Predator. Let me know down in the comments below, what did you think of this figure? And if you've made it this far, type down in the comments below Stoneheart. That way I know you made it this far and you're enjoying the content. With that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at some really cool pics that I took of this guy. If you did enjoy this video, please remember to give it a like, share, comment, and subscribe. And as always, have a great fucking day.